Hi, my name's Lindy Cowling. Welcome to my channel. My website is www.lindycowling.co.uk, email info@lindycowling.co.uk. And I am laughing because I really haven't got time to be on here today, but I'm on here again, and I felt it was significant enough to be on here again today. So hence the title of this short video called Galactic Sun, Codons and Geometrics, May 2017. Galactic Sun, Codons and Geometrics, May 2017. As I've been talking about in the previous couple of videos, we are in a time of excruciating intensity, and we are feeling this intensity because of a number of sequential build-ups in the energy coming from the earth, energy coming from the universe, from outside of us, natural, some, let's say, non-natural, all contributing to a build-up, in pushing us really into ever higher states of awareness and consciousness, pushing us into our embodiment, pushing us into our sovereignty and mastery. And the sun and the sky, but particularly the sun, seem to be significant in this at the moment. And I say this because I'm very wired into nature. The more conscious you become, the more you become wired into your natural environment. And I have a very big shamanic part of my soul anyway. And the last couple of nights, the sunset has been absolutely incredible. Over here in the United Kingdom, we've had torrential rain, but in the evenings, it's been incredibly bright, and it hasn't been getting dark till about 9:30. And I mean, I've been taking photographs of the sunset, and the sun just seems different to normal, much, much, much brighter and vivid and powerful and beautiful than normal. And like I say, it's not getting dark till much later than it would normally get dark at this time of year. And the spectacular sunsets. And I feel it's a huge energetic component going on now to do with the sun. And some of those pulses of awakening and some of those encouragements to push us through to these higher embodied states of consciousness is coming from that element of light. What I got early hours this morning, which is why I'm bringing this out, because I'm not a morning person at all, actually. So I don't usually record in the mornings. But also I'm incredibly busy because I've got loads to organise before I go to New York on Monday. What I got early hours this morning, in between sleeping and waking, and anyone will tell you when you have input going on in between sleeping and waking, usually that's very creative stuff, or that's very much wired into higher self over soul. That's very much, let's say, the more real part of you without the analytical brain in the way. I was seeing very clear symbols and getting very clear data. Now, I've drawn what I saw here, and really, I'll cover the bottom bit of the picture there. It's just, see these lines here? The lines there. I didn't see them black. I saw them as, if I had to give them a colour, I'd call them platinum, actually. I'd call these lines platinum. I've only drawn them black so you can see them. And really, it's like a child's drawing of the sun, isn't it, really? That's the sort of thing I'd have drawn if I was drawing a sun if I was about 3 or 4. They were like platinum. I can't tell you how amazing and how powerful and how healing seeing that in platinum in one's energy field, in one's third eye was. And I definitely received that through the third eye, because I have specific signs when it's coming from third eye. When I link in that way, people can actually see it. When I'm at the bridge of my nose, well, my eyes move like crazy. I mean, I look like I'm having a fit, really. If you're up close to me, my eyes move very, very rapidly. All of that area moves very, very quickly. I mean, it's been like that for years, ever since I worked that way. And that was going bananas at 4 o'clock this morning. And I could see very clearly, again, this. It's just like a basic drawing, a child's drawings. Cover that up a minute, because we'll come to that in a minute, that bit of the sun. But it was platinum. So I'm going to say platinum rays, really. And what I was feeling very strongly was this was or is a codon. And I didn't even know what a codon was, but that's what I got. It's a codon. And apparently a codon is to do with restructuring or reforming molecular structure or DNA or something like that. But I didn't logically know that. I just knew the word was codon. That this symbol is extremely helpful at the moment for creating and recreating. Now, there's something really exciting I want to say here, because this realization came with it. Recreating and recreation, so just tiny differences on the same word. Recreating and recreation are the same thing. Recreating and recreation equals creation. Think about what I've been teaching. Think about the esoteric teachings that go before, that reference creation as coming from a place of childlike joy. Not analytically, not force, not control, childlike joy. Creation and recreation are the same thing. Recreation, play, joy, and creation are the same thing. And I got all this while I was seeing the platinum, I'm going to call them the platinum rays. But it's a specific symbol. Now, and when I do like that again, it's a bit like the sign of the cross as well, isn't it? It wasn't given to me in that way. It was given to me, and it's not just for me, and I know it's not just for me, which is why I'm sharing it. I know it's going to help a lot of people that are ready to receive it, ready in their consciousness to receive it. Obviously, if it doesn't resonate with you, just switch the video off. But if it does, you'll know what I mean. Excuse me. So I saw it like a child's drawing of those lines of the sun, but they were platinum rays. And it was that's really important, because it was the colour that was everything. The colour that was everything. And even now, and that's why I'm looking off here, because I can see it very clearly in my mind's eye. It makes me feel amazing, and amazing in the heart. And I got recreation and recreation, reworking, rewiring, changing, altering, restructuring are the same thing, and are done from the same frequency or the same octave. Creation, recreation, and you get the best out of creation from a frequency, an octave of recreation. You get creation at its best from recreation, that place of joy. And I actually saw, I mean, which was quite, it was like really, whoa. I had my eyes closed still, all this going on, early hours this morning. And then I saw, well, my gut feeling to call this, it's another shape. And I've drawn it really, really small, like a, well, I don't even know what to call that really. It's like a pillar, isn't it? With the different dimensions, and it's totally transparent. This was totally clear and transparent. I would call that a pillar, and really what I'm being drawn to say about that is creation pillar. That's what I'm being drawn to say. And another thing I'm going to say before I just get into that is when I saw that and that other symbol, I knew it. I already knew those symbols. Not only that, but I knew the first one, let's call them the platinum rays. I knew that that was already in my YouTube channel, in there. I can't explain that, almost as if it was encoded in there by the work I've been doing, but I knew it, and I knew it was in there. Anyway, I'm not going to call this other thing, this, don't know what to call it, it's not a cuboid. I'm going to call it this creation pillar. Interdimensional creation pillar, which is transparent. I saw an image of that, and then I saw thousands upon thousands of insects being drawn en masse to the creation pillar, and I saw a lady standing there just in like a floral dress, long dark hair, just standing there, and I saw all the insects rush into the creation pillar. They were all drawn to it, attracted to it, like swarms and swarms of them, like it was putting out a sound, a frequency, a vibration that they found irresistible. So, and as they rushed to it, the lady standing there, they massed all the way up her legs really, really quickly. This took place in a matter of seconds. And she completely disappeared like a holographic image. It sounds like something out of science fiction. This was not a dream. I was wide awake while this was happening. What woke me up was this going crazy, twitching like mad with input. And the first thing I saw when I was awake was the platinum rays. So, I mean, I could almost call this video platinum rays, couldn't I really? But I'm going to call it Galactic, Sun, Codons and Geometrics, because I know that they're all one and the same thing and interlinked. So when I saw the woman quickly, not even dissolving, it was like a holographic image being gobbled up by insects. I know it sounds nuts. And even when I'm saying that now, it makes me think a little bit about that film Lucy that came out years ago. And it makes me think about another old film that came out years ago of Johnny Depp called Transcendence. And it makes me think of that. And there's some similarities to what I'm describing here and those films. My interpretation, and I can only give it as my interpretation, which I do feel is correct, is I was being shown one of many codes, or many codes in connection with codons that can write and rewrite and create and recreate circumstances, reality, situations, one's own personal timelines, everything. And I feel that's what it was. And seeing the lady dissolve was almost like a holographic image and with all the insects, particularly bees, actually, there were other insects as well, but particularly bees, it was like they found the sound and the frequency irresistible, so they were drawn to it. And it's like the sound and the frequency of it is irresistible to us too, because I'm kind of describing the same thing. I didn't find that creation geometric shape or that creation pillar irresistible. I find the most empowering this. Again, it looks like I'm doing the sign of the cross, doesn't it? Makes you think, doesn't it? Did they know then, in the esoteric teachings? I suspect so, in some cases, that was platinum rays, for example. Who knows, eh? There's always an overlap. Very interesting. Why I'm bringing this out is because I think that those, or I feel that that shape is significant at this time. And if it resonates with you, the way I'm getting it is you're not forced to receive. If you want to receive, you receive. And there's an important point I'm going to say with that. Oh, did you just hear that? Did you just hear that? There was an almighty bang in my kitchen when I just said, you're not forced to receive. You have free will on that. I'm the only one in the house. The cat's not even in the house at the moment. And there was an almighty bang. It was loud enough to come out on camera. So you're not forced to receive. It is free will if it resonates with you. What I am going to say is, I saw at the same time floating around in the ether another symbol. Now, I'm not going to say what that symbol is because it is an extremely well-known symbol across the world that has already been linked with not so great energy, and I saw that floating around in the background, and I was confused for a minute because I thought, what's that doing here? And then I realized, oh yeah, does that feel the same as the others? No, nowhere near. So I completely batted that one away. And I feel what that was is that there are geometric shapes, there are codes interwoven in nature naturally, but also these same things in humanity that are there helpfully and intentionally, or not helpfully and intentionally, negatively or positively. And I feel that was one of them. And what they're put there for is to alter human behavior and alter one's choices by interfering with consciousness. And so when I saw that, I knew straight away that wasn't part of what was happening here, and that did not belong with this, and so just batted that away and did not accept that. So you have to be totally discerning. If you are getting geometric shapes or downloads, uploads in a way that you can receive yourself different to this, be discerning. If it resonates, go with it. If it does not resonate or you're not sure about it, you have sovereign power and part of your own mastery to be able to say, no, that's not for me, or I'm not sure about that. You do not have to automatically receive. So I find it really interesting. Excuse me, my throat chakra has been absolutely bananas lately. There's a lot going on there, and I get a lot of my throat chakra when I'm working this way, but it's been so much more so this last couple of months, incredibly so. That's a bit better. I still sound very croaky. So it would get this, when this information, or if this information comes through to you in that form, be discerning. You know what resonates with you and what resonates with your heart and what it feels good, and you know what you're not quite sure, something's off kilter here, and that's all about discernment. That's all about your own sovereignty. That's all about learning, learning to discern, you know, between positive and negative and not so helpful and really helpful. So I hope you found that interesting. I personally think that that's childlike image that looks like the sun. Let's cover up my funny little other thing with platinum rays. I think that's significant. I think it's significant at this time. Some people are going to resonate with that, some aren't. If you ask me what we're supposed to do with this symbol, then it came to me automatically, and I accepted it. I didn't just, like I say, you have a choice in that. I accepted it, I received it. Through here, it's gone into the heart, and I know it's all to do with, oh, hello, darling, that's my cat. Oh, you're wet. Is it raining again? I know it's everything to do with what I'm talking about here. That other geometric kind of creation pillar that's transparent is to do with writing and rewriting creation. And everything is affected by it, including the insects and everything. And when I saw the lady dissolving like a hologram, it's almost like showing that we can create reality, absolutely create reality, but that our perception of reality is affected by so many other things around us as well, that we don't even know we're there when we're unconscious or subconscious. And that is in the form of frequencies, in the form of sounds, positive and negative, that affect us, the environment, positive and negative, that affect us, frequencies, positive and vibration, and positive and negative, that affect us, but also that we are being helped enormously at this time to zone in on home in on the ones that are helpful to us, and those ones are all about creation, the creation codes. The creation codes. And it is all connected with this pivotal point in history we're in, and this pivotal point with what's going on with the sun. There are some definite differences going on at the moment. I'm very clued into nature, I'm wired into nature, and I know lots of you watching this are. You don't have to look for it. It's in your face when you're wired in like that. And there's been extraordinary things going on with the sun at the moment, and I truly feel that what I'm describing here, here again, this is the galactic pulse coming from galactic platinum rays, which are opening another state of our consciousness as creation pillars. I could have waited another week. I couldn't have waited another week, because I'm not going to be on YouTube again till the end of the first week in June, or into the second week in June, because I'm away and I'm going to be off internet and offline. I could have waited a few more days till I'd assimilated this a bit more, because as you know, this is a humanitarian but experiential channel, which means I share once I've understood it, assimilated it, personal experience, professional experience, me directly or with clients. But in some ways I felt again this was too significant and couldn't wait in a way until I come back in June, because I think this is going to help a lot of people over this next week, and I'm not going to be on here in a week to share it then. So that's why I'm rushing this out in a way today. So I do hope that made sense. As always, if stuff I say doesn't resonate, please don't watch the channel. One day it might resonate, and one day it might never resonate. People are doing different stuff, and you'll be drawn to where you're drawn. There's been some people's stuff I've been drawn to for years that I'm not drawn to anymore. In some ways I've outgrown it, or I don't not really resonate with the tack that they're taking. And I'm sure it's the same for me as well. Some people will resonate with what I'm doing, you know, some people won't resonate with it at all. But I do think it's really what I've just talked about here is it's significant in this moment we're in and coming into this next week. So if you find it comforting, go with it. And if you don't. You'll have your own way of getting your uploads, your downgrades, your galactic assistance. And as always, as and when you get that, be discerning. You are called upon to stand upon in your own sovereignty and your own mastery. And just like I was discerning with that other symbol that wasn't really directly in, but was floating out on the perimeters, had I not in a way known my stuff and been as conscious as I am, I might have automatically thought, oh, well, that must go with it then, because, but I just knew. I thought, no, there's something not right there. Nope, batted that one away. That's what somebody does when they're learning how to master their mastery. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to love you and leave you because I really didn't have time to do this today. Once again, this time I will not see you again until about middle of June, unless you happen to be at the Nova Sanctuary on the 2nd of June in New York, Oceanside. Take care. I hope that helps. Look after yourselves. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing to the channel, and I will love you and leave you guys. Bye-bye. Bye.